Welcome to Igniting Change, Finding Your Fire, a podcast covering all topics health, healing, and spirituality. I'm your host, Meena Puri. Thank you for joining me. Hello, everyone. So this is an impromptu recording. I usually don't record at nighttime. It's now 9 o'clock Sunday evening. I'm just coming back from a walk, and during the walk, I started to giggle because I remembered what happened over the weekend. I went to play tennis. I had reserved a court. We only get the court for half an hour. So I show up at the court, and I don't bring my balls with me, just a racket. And my partner shows up 10 minutes late. He doesn't bring any balls either. So before he got here, next court was this brilliant tennis player. When I watch him, I can watch him for hours. He's just amazing. So he looks at me without balls and he tosses me a few balls. Then my partner shows up. He has no balls. He shows up 10 minutes late. So anyways, we kicked around for 20 minutes. Our time was up, and then we went into the practice court, and the 3 balls that he gave us, one by one, we managed to toss it above the roof, and we lost all 3. So anyways, when I walked outside, a couple of times I walked outside to recover the balls. I found one, and the bushes ate the other 2. Then we lost that one too. So anyways, our game ended. We lost all the balls. And so the reason I was, when I was there, as I was going inside the court after, only not finding any balls, I was just giggling because it was embarrassing. First of all, we're like new beginners. I'm no tennis player. I'm just learning, having fun. Then we show up without the balls, both my partner and myself, and then we lose all 3. So it was just funny. It was funny and goofy. You may not think so. You had to be there. So the point is that story, it kind of, this a gift that keeps on giving. It made me laugh even today, and I wanted to share this with you. So the reason why I share this story with you, because life many times is just like that. It's nothing. It's goofy. It's nothing. It's just funny. It's just as it is. And yes, I am a firm believer in that there are no coincidences, but there's a lot of just random things happening in life, and we don't need to keep finding meaning in everything. Life is just like that. None of us are going to get out alive. None of us are going to perfect anything. None of us are going to fix ourselves or others, the least. And, we take life so seriously. We have such short time left on this planet. And, we are trying to perfect. We're trying to think there's one way. We're trying to think that this person or that person, they know how to live. The truth is, no one knows how life should be. And we all do the best we can. And many times we take our challenges much too seriously. Not that this is not serious work. When we are going through a tough time, it is pretty serious. I understand that. But my point that I'm trying to make it, don't take it so seriously. Anytime, even when people think about spirituality, they think spirituality, I just sit and, om and meditate my life away. And actually, I'm like actually very goofy and funny. My clients and I, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughter. Just because, when we look at kind of difficulties or quote unquote tragedy, the comedy is hidden inside it. When we are able to step back and look at our own intensity of reaction, of thinking, I'm going to fix this, I'm going to tell this person, I'm going to make it work like this, we get caught up in it's a mental trap. And we're having all the, we're going through all the suffering. We're not having any fun. So it's the ability to step back and look at your own ego, your own mind going berserk. right? And look at the intensity of the reactions, your own reactions, and look at the desire to, I'm going to fix this. How dare this person tell me this? I'm going to tell them that. And then thinking about it for hours on end. And, you know, yes, we do all of that. We do need to do many, many things in life. But my point is, it's always good to step back and look at yourself. Suppose you were like walking across the window of the living room or the kitchen, wherever you're sitting. And suppose that other side of you that's looking through the window and looking at you, what will they observe? What will he or she observe? So life is serious and life isn't serious. We take things seriously, we don't take things seriously. The point is really not to get stuck um, in one definition, in one way of thinking, in one way of thinking my life should be this way. And we're not here to teach anybody any lessons. It isn't our job. We can barely teach ourselves any lessons. And there's all kinds of crazy things happen in the world. They always happen. We just know more about them because we have internet. That's what I think. So I think people, we are people, as at least 10%, we're all insane. You have to be. You have to be a little bit crazy. You have to be a little bit goofy. Otherwise, it just becomes too much to go through all the challenges and heartache and dramas and whatnot. So if you find yourself in a challenge like that, I want you to just step back and just ask, just look at the drama being played. Can you see it from a different perspective? Can you see how it may be in 2 years, 3 years? Whatever is today is not going to last forever. Nothing lasts forever. That one we know for sure. Time changes things. So things are going to change. Whatever we think or we think we know, we're going to know something different in a year's time, in a 2 years' time. So taking the work, as do the inner work at a stride, but don't get so caught up in it. And spirituality is really recognizing the light and the lightness of your being, which is not heavy, it's light. So I remember many times we had meditation retreats, right? Like 6-7 days long, and I've attended countless of them. I've hosted and led many of them. And I remember sitting in some of the retreats, I would just burst into laughter because in the meditation, you just like all the challenges, the mental chatter, the nonsense that our ego goes through, it just falters away. It just kind of falls away. And what's left is nothing. And the giggles, and my teacher explained, he goes, the giggles, the joy just bubbles out. And that's how it is. That's why we need to take things lightly. So it's, the study of the self, the spirituality, there are many names to it. It's like an onion. You continue to peel layer after layer after layer. What is left if you continue to peel away all the layers? What's inside? Nothing. It's just space. So out of the space is that realization that you are nothing yet everything. You are pure consciousness and the energy that's making this universe, this planet run, holding. So if there's nothing, then you experience the lightness of your being, the lightness in the heart, and the pure joy that's always there, even in the middle of the challenges. Have you ever had a time where you were crying, and all of a sudden you burst into laughter? I've had, right? Have you had a time where, there's inappropriate time where the laughter comes up? Because many times it's just an expression of the pent up energy that we have that seeks to address itself. Crying, tears, and laughter all are two sides of the same coin, right? I like laughter myself much more than I like crying, but I cry pretty good too. So, so the point is, don't take life so seriously. Don't get stuck on a way of doing something. There are a gazillion ways. The world is full of whatever we think is odd or weird or crazy. We all are. We're not going to get out of here alive. We're not going to win over life. We're just going to live from day to day with presence. So it's about experiencing, and whatever experiences we have, we think about the good old times and we have this nostalgia. It's like, oh, the old times were so good, times are so bad now. I'm not sure if that's really true. So instead of being grateful, look at everything that I have experienced. We become sad because that experience isn't today. So an example comes to my mind. When I was moving from Michigan to Canada, I was packing, right? I was packing. I went through all the pictures and my son's birthdays and picnics and whatnot. So I started to feel a little sad. I thought, oh my God, those times are gone. But then I changed my view about it. I changed how I looked at it. And I go, I am so glad that I had such a beautiful experiences. My life is rich because of that. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to gather experiences. We're here to experience. We're not intentionally gathering experiences. Experiences happen whether you're trying them or not. They just happen. But the point is, can you be present and actually just experience? So out on the tennis court, it was embarrassing. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have balls. My partner doesn't show up. And this a top tennis player is looking at me. He's not looking at me. He's too busy playing, but that's what I thought. Right. And I'll go there again because it's not about tennis. It's about having fun. I had a lot of fun, even though we lost all the balls and we don't know what the heck we're doing. But it's not about that. It's about having fun. And that's what I want you to remember. So it is, whether it's having fun or just being inside the experience as richly, as deeply as you can, and not taking things so lightly. So another story that I'm going to share with you, when I did some punch karma therapies, I did only a handful of them in Michigan. I only did it for clients who were closely working with me. I had one client on the third day of our treatment, she gets up just laughing her head off. And I'm like, what happened? What is this? Usually what I used to get on the table is people getting up and, tears and all kinds of, release happening and whatnot. And those are like big deal revelations that happened during the treatment. But she woke up, she got up and she laughed her head off. And I go, what happened? What? She said, this is what this is. This is what I am. She goes, we are so stupid. I've been so stupid. Nothing means anything because what happened was during the treatments, she just was able to transcend it. She was able to transcend all the worries, all the mental chatter. The body was completely relaxed, and she connected with the source of liveliness and pure joy. She connected with consciousness. So she woke up feeling, not woke, people fall asleep on the treatment. So she got up and just laughed her head off. That was joy bubbling out. So that's really what it is. And we don't have to always clean out all the mess of life, the past, the trauma, before we can connect with that, right? We can always imagine, we can step back and saying, how will someone else look at my life? Think about Shakespeare. He said, life is a tragedy for those who feel and a comedy for those who think, right? So I find a lot of truth in it. So where can you bring little laughter, little lightness of heart, little non-seriousness, little goofiness in your life. You don't always have to make sense. You don't always have to know everything. Nobody knows everything. Okay. No, I don't know any. I know very little. Nobody knows everything. Nobody knows how to do this thing called life. We're all just stumbling around, figuring our way out, learning and making up stuff as we go along. We read this, we read that, we have this experience. We base our beliefs based on what we know, and we carry on with that. So have fun. It's a practice. We are here for a short time. We don't need to take anything seriously. Bring some laughter, some fun, some joy in your life. Watch some funny comedy. I always find something that I just laugh silly because it's so silly. The whole thing is so silly. So I enjoy being silly because my work, frankly, it's serious work. I hear things that I never imagined that I would hear. People go through so much difficulty and challenges in their life. They all come to me and I'm very present to them. So, but this is how I kind of fill myself up by, bringing a little bit more laughter, joy, and non-seriousness into my life. So if you got something out of my impromptu podcast, let me know. Let me know what makes you laugh, what cracks you up, what do you find silly. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, share it with somebody. Subscribe to my channel so more people can listen to me. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. You can find all episodes of Igniting Change, Finding Your Fire at ayurvedichealingcenter.com. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and share your comments.